Welcome back to Stoic Paths. Why losing interest changes everything. Here's the truth: when she senses you've truly stopped caring, it sparks something deep inside her. Suddenly the control shifts and she's left wondering what went wrong. In this video we'll uncover the emotional stages she goes through and how you can use this to reclaim your power. Trust me, you won't want to miss this. The first rule: understand her intentions when she reaches out. After silence, your initial reaction might be excitement or confusion, but before you act, you need to pause and ask yourself a critical question: why is she reaching out? Understanding her intentions is the foundation for deciding whether or not to engage. Without this clarity, it's all too easy to fall into a reactive cycle that doesn't serve your best interests. Women don't reach out randomly. Every message, every "Hey, how are you?" comes with an underlying intention. It could be curiosity. Maybe she's wondering what you're up to because your silence has left a void. Or it could be regret. Perhaps she realizes she might have let someone of value slip away. On the flip side, her message could simply be a way to test your attention, to see if she still has influence over you. To figure out her intentions, you need to assess the context of your history. Has she been genuine and respectful in the past, or has she shown patterns of manipulation or inconsistency? A woman who truly values you will reach out with thoughtfulness and effort, while someone who only craves the immediate shift she feels attention may send vague or half-hearted messages. Here's the key: don't assume every message is an invitation to pick up where things left off. Sometimes her intentions might be genuine, but other times she may simply be trying to soothe her own ego by taking the time to evaluate the situation. You position yourself as someone who doesn't jump at every opportunity for attention, but instead values intentionality and respect. When you approach her outreach with clarity, you maintain control of the dynamic. You're no longer reacting, you're responding thoughtfully, which immediately sets the tone for any future interactions. Two, don't respond emotionally. One of the biggest traps men fall into when a woman reaches out is responding emotionally. It's completely natural to feel a rush of emotions, whether it's hope, frustration, or even excitement when she breaks the silence. But here's the reality: if you let your emotions dictate your response, you're giving away your power. Let's say she sends a casual message like, "Hey, how have you been?" Your instinct might be to reply immediately, pouring out all the thoughts and feelings you've been holding on to. But think about what that conveys. It shows her that you've been waiting for this moment, that her message holds immense power over your emotions. Even if that's true, you should never make it obvious. Emotional control is the cornerstone of confidence. Instead of reacting impulsively, take a step back and reflect on why her message triggered such strong feelings. Is it because you miss her and want her back, or is it because her message validates something you were feeling insecure about? Understanding your emotions helps you respond from a place of strength rather than vulnerability. Here's a practical tip: when she reaches out, don't reply immediately. Give yourself time to process. If her message feels vague or superficial, consider whether it even deserves a response. If it's thoughtful and genuine, take your time crafting a reply that aligns with your values and confidence. The key is to show that her message doesn't define your mood or behavior. Whether you respond or not, the decision should come from a place of self-respect and control. When she sees that you're not easily swayed by her attention, it shifts the dynamic in your favor. 3. The psychology of silence. How silence creates curiosity. Silence is often misunderstood as a passive move, but in reality it's one of the most powerful psychological tools you can use. When a woman reaches out after a period of no contact, your silence can send a stronger message than any words ever could. But here's the catch: it has to be intentional, not reactive. Why is silence so effective? Because it creates space. In that space, Emotions intensify, curiosity grows, and reflection happens when you don't respond right away or at all. She's left to fill the void with her own thoughts. She wonders why you're not reacting, what's going on in your life, and whether she still has a place in it. This uncertainty is what drives her curiosity and ultimately her emotional response. But silence isn't about playing games or trying to manipulate her feelings. It's about prioritizing yourself and showing her that your life doesn't revolve around her messages. When you stay silent, you're demonstrating emotional independence and strength, qualities that are far more attractive than neediness or desperation. The effectiveness of silence also depends on what you do during that time. If you're sitting around waiting for her to notice, your energy won't shift. But if you're actively working on yourself, pursuing your goals, building confidence, and enjoying life, your silence becomes a reflection of your growth. And when she senses that you're thriving without her, it leaves a lasting impression. Here's an important note: silence doesn't mean you'll never respond. It means you're taking the time to decide whether her message aligns with your values and goals. If it does, you can engage from a position of strength. If it doesn't, your silence speaks volumes. For when it's worth responding, while silence is a powerful tool, there are moments when responding is the right move. If her message is thoughtful, sincere, and shows genuine effort, it might be worth engaging. But the way you respond is just as important as the decision to respond itself. The first rule of engagement is to keep your response calm and composed. Avoid long, emotional replies that could come across as desperate or overly invested. Instead, focus on maintaining a tone that's confident and centered. For example, if the emotional roller coaster she experiences, she sends a message like, "Hey, thinking about you," a simple reply such as, "Good to hear from you. What's on your mind?" can set the right tone. But don't stop at the surface level. Observe her actions after you respond. Is she making an effort to have a meaningful conversation, or does it feel like she's just fishing for attention? Genuine intentions are reflected in consistent effort, not just a one-off message. When you respond, remember that you're not trying to win her back or prove anything. Your goal is to maintain your dignity and self-respect while gauging whether she's truly interested in reconnecting. If her intentions seem shallow or self-serving, it's perfectly okay to disengage. Here's the bottom line: responding is a choice, not an obligation. When you choose to engage, do it with purpose and clarity. And if you decide it's not worth your time, your silence will speak for itself. 5. Setting boundaries and protecting your energy regardless of whether you respond or not. Setting boundaries is essential. Boundaries are a form of self-respect, and they ensure that your energy is protected. Without them, it's easy to fall back into old patterns that don't serve you. When you set boundaries, you're not being cold or dismissive. You're establishing the terms under which you're willing to engage for. If you like this video, please don't forget to subscribe this channel. If you like this video, don't forget to subscribe this channel.